Hello there. Here I am to have a little bit of a chat with you about the things that are going on this channel and what is going to be happening a little bit in the future. Thought I might as well walk down the old long road here in Fallout, Life in the Ruins mod pack this one is, while I do so. So for quite some time now I've been doing Let's Play content in Fallout 4 particularly, and some other things I've tried as well, to varying degrees of success of course. And unfortunately I've just sort of come to the point where I need to reevaluate what I'm doing a little bit. I think it's something that most people should do when you're making videos and what have you, especially looking at what you do, looking at what has done well, what hasn't done well and all that good stuff. And unfortunately it's become quite often painfully obvious to me that continued Let's Play series just don't really pay the proverbial bills, you might say. So I'm changing some things up just a little bit. Now memberships will stay exactly the same in case any members here are getting a little bit of a panic on what might be happening to what they enjoy. But no, the Let's Play for the members will be staying the same. It is just mostly the content that I do, the public side of stuff. I've quite enjoyed doing the mod pack reviews, and to be honest, they've done relatively well and continue to do well. That is something that they have. They seem to have a lot more staying power. Whereas Let's Plays, after the first one, seem to die off quite quickly, and very rarely do I see much income or continued income, as it were, and, you know, influx of people and what have you in views from something after the first Let's Play. But on top of that, I'm also, to be honest, getting just a little bit burnt out on doing constant Let's Plays all the time in Fallout and what have you. So I've decided to change a few things up. Oh, looks like these people haven't cleaned this place up. Little sorry sorts, hey? Yeah, never mind. I'm sure they'll clean up it eventually. But yes, enough of being distracted. What this mostly means is that Let's Plays won't be coming out weekly anymore. Won't be a concerted effort to make sure that I get at least one out a week, excluding the members ones. The members ones will continue as they are. Currently the Cyberpunk series is going on, that should hopefully finish up soon, and I wanted to do some smaller one-offs or shorter series in that anyway. But it also means that the Let's Plays that I'm putting out weekly in mod packs will stop happening. Instead I'm going to be delving into more doing the mod packs reviews and what have you, and maybe some little mod reviews and other fun videos that have come to mind. I've been thinking about this for a while and I've finally decided to go ahead with this and change. I am very much aware that there are some people who won't like this change, and that's perfectly fine. Let's Play series, if I'd done this perhaps quite a few years ago, this would be a different story and I'd be powering through doing more and more Let's Plays, because to be quite frank, whilst I may sometimes feel a little less inclined to do it and not want to do it, getting those big numbers would absolutely definitely help me in that decision. But at the moment, I'm neither getting big view numbers or enjoying it sometimes and feel like it's more of a, the proverbial job, as it were. And this is not actually my job, so you can understand that, yes, it is sometimes a little bit lackluster for me and I have to push on through, as it were. Not to say that I haven't enjoyed quite a lot of what I've done, it's just I'm starting to feel the drain a little bit, and this is something I think that happens to quite a lot of people when they're doing this sort of thing. But yes, anyway. So content will be changing a little bit around here. If you want to unsubscribe and, leave an angry comment because that's not what you signed up for and you're annoyed, that's perfectly fine. I understand. I get it. It's not to say that Let's Plays won't disappear entirely. It's just I'll be occasionally popping into a new mod pack, doing a big, sort of first impression Let's Play, and then plan on doing a mod pack review behind the scenes later. So it might be every couple of weeks, it might be every, month or something like that, a big Let's Play comes out. But apart from that, it's going to be other fun little videos, perhaps shorter videos, I don't know. I've got some things planned and a lot of them will be a little bit shorter, but a bit more work behind the scenes, as it were. And also those Let's Plays, I plan on doing a big Let's Play, and that it's going to be spending 4 or 5 hours in the mod pack and just doing the highlights, as it were, the new interesting things and all that sort of stuff, rather than doing what I do now, which is just filming for between an hour to 2 hours and then cutting that down. People want to do the proverbial jump ship, I very much understand. This is a scary thing to do, I will say, thinking, I need to change things up and actually doing it. I could absolutely be burning some bridges that, the few bridges that I do have. That's a scary prospect indeed. So I do hope people decide to stay around and enjoy that sort of, what I do and continue and what have you, but I understand that not everyone will. My hope being, of course, that I do create an audience that enjoys both of what I do, getting sort of both of the best of worlds. So what does this also mean for the streaming that I do? The streaming is going to continue once a week and what have you. However, that is where I'm going to do a bit of changing in that it's actually going to be Fallout 4 mod pack streaming. That's what I'm going to do from now on. I had designs on doing other things and what have you, but I'm actually going to put that on hold and just continue doing my live streams as Fallout 4, you know, streaming and what have you, which is actually going to start with Life in Ruins, this mod pack I'm walking through right now. This will be my continuation of the Let's Plays, but I'll be doing it in the live streams. So yes, that's going to be a few changes here and there. If you have questions, of course, pop into the comments and ask your questions away and what have you, but basically the Cole's notes is that Let's Plays will be seen here a little bit less, but I'll be doing more one-off fun videos, and in that it's going to be, you know, interesting videos about, mayhaps about the modding scene, or reviewing a single mod, like, you know, what is my favourite mod? All that sort of fun things. Things that have a bit more appeal in the regards of when it comes to series. If, you know, if YouTube wasn't so horrible about crushing series, mayhaps this would be a different story. And I also might find myself in the pits of despair clambering back to Let's Plays because what I've tried is, you know, not working out for me in any way, shape or form. But that's for me to find out, I guess, and I'm going to try and take this proverbial leap, this small leap you might say, and try something a little bit different. I absolutely 100% very much appreciate everyone who has come along for the ride and has enjoyed my Let's Plays. And again, I am genuinely sorry if you really love the Let's Plays and that's what you stay around for, and that this is nothing but bad news for you, as it were. You're losing something that you quite enjoy watching. It's crazy to me to still think that there are people that might actually think like that, and that's what makes this decision harder, I suppose. But in the end, I hope people actually enjoy the changes and appreciate the breath of fresh air, as it were. And to be honest, mayhaps a little bit of breath of fresh air in the regards of me being a bit more reinvigorated to continue what I'm doing, rather than getting to the point where I just give up and what have you. I'd love to eventually make a career of this, but you know, you can't always get what you want. But I'm gonna jolly well try and see if I can make something work. As again, like I said, who knows? I might be, you know, coming back to Let's Plays, crawling back as it were, only to find the ruin of basically no one who actually wants to watch that stuff anymore, and finding myself in this horrible half-life, cursed life of being in between both and being neither or something. I don't know, I'm rambling. But yes, thank you very much to my members who have supported all the way as well, and if my members, the people who, despite, you know, the fact that their membership stuff isn't actually going to change, don't want to continue supporting the channel, that's perfectly fine too. I always understand people for monetary value or for other reasons that decide that they need to drop off because they don't want to do it anymore, can't afford it, all that sort of good stuff, or want to support other creators. That's perfectly fine. It is your money, of course, and regardless of how quick or long you stay, it is all greatly appreciated indeed. But yes, that is all I wanted to talk about here for a little bit, and just sort of say that yes, things will be changing just a little bit, and I wanted to do a little video just because why not. But thank you very much to everyone who's joined me along, you know, for this ride, especially with this serialized Let's Plays. And yes, unfortunately, it's just becoming less and less viable, and the numbers I've just noticed, and it's to be honest, it is pretty disheartening to put in quite a lot of effort and see the very little reward sometimes that can happen and come around. And that's also something I'm trying to hopefully curtail a little bit, is my disappointment. Sometimes, you know, that feeling of what am I even doing this for type attitude that can sometimes creep into your head and your old noodle. But that is it for now, so thank you very much for listening, and I hope you're not too disappointed or excited at the very least, or, you know, you're at least neutral on the subject at the very least. But that is it for now, so thank you to everyone who has watched already, and I hope you continue to watch. Or at the very least you had some fun and you're going to move on now. But that is it for now, so thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye for now.